Howdy and welcome to the Confidence Through Health podcast. I'm Jerry Snyder. As an elite level athlete, owner of All In Health and Wellness, and author of the book Confidence Through Health, my goal is to help you achieve your goals and dreams using health as the conduit to get there. So I want to take a second to thank our sponsor for this episode, American Sports and Fitness Association. They are the place to go for your personal trainer and fitness certifications. They have a wide range of certifications, everything from personal trainer to golf fitness instructor to water aerobics to nutrition and sports nutrition. If you've been thinking about going into sports and fitness instructor arena, I highly suggest you check out the American Sports and Fitness Association. There's a link on my website, confidencethroughhealth.com. You can go there to look at other episodes of the website, but also check out their information. It'll link to their website, and you can check out more information about how to get certified as a sports and fitness instructor. Welcome back to the Confidence Through Health podcast. This is your host, Jerry Snyder. And is it, or is there, a trick to losing weight? A lot of people think that there is. A lot of people think that there's some secret, just like people think that there's a secret to getting rich, that there's a secret to weight loss, that there's a secret to finding the perfect person to have a relationship with. Like, there's no secret. There's not. It's not a secret pill that some people know about and take, or a secret way to divvy up your meals, or a secret way to calculate your calories. There's no secret. There's no trick. Weight loss, truly, weight loss is to do it in a healthy way. Weight loss, if you are someone who needs to lose weight, weight loss is a byproduct of living a healthy lifestyle, because your body wants to be in homeostasis, and all your systems in your body want to work that way. They want to be clean. They want to work well together. They want to function efficiently. And if they do that, then they don't need to carry extra weight. They don't need for your body to carry extra weight and store potential energy to be used at a future date, because you're being efficient. And if you're being efficient and you're not carrying that extra weight, by definition, you're going to be healthy. So it is something that becomes a cycle. You have to start, though, with being healthy. You cannot start by using a fad diet or a fad pill or trick or anything like that to actually start losing massive amounts of weight first. Because the problem is you're not efficient in your systems. Your lymphatic system's not efficient. Your digestive system's not efficient. Your immune system's not efficient. If those things are not efficient, your weight's going to fluctuate back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And you may be able to lose weight, and you may be able to be thin. Thin is not healthy, by the way, but you may be able to be thin for a short amount of time, maybe even a long amount of time, but it's going to come back. And we've all seen that, right? We've all seen, some of us experienced it, but we've all seen the yo-yo diet. We've all seen the yo-yo person that loses weight. All of a sudden, they stop focusing so much on what helped them lose weight, and boom, they blow back up. Whereas if you are healthy and understand how to be healthy, it's not about focusing on a system. It's not about focusing on a trick or a pill or any of those things. It's about simply understanding that your body needs certain nutrients. And macros are great from just a high level look at, are you getting good sources of food? But if you're bought into a system that tells you that you have to focus on macros, you're going to lose your health, because there are a lot of things that can fit into that system that are not healthy for you. But if you're just doing that system, you're going to wind up with issues because you're introducing things in your body can't process, that are going to be stored improperly in your body, that are going to cause later in life damage and what we call chronic diseases to show up. And you may be thin because the way that that system technically works will keep you thin for a time period. So you may be thin, but you're going to have potentially some pretty massive, devastating chronic diseases and illnesses because of the chemicals that are in your body and what they're doing to disrupt the systems in your body. So you're not efficient. If you look at micronutrients, so we're talking about the vitamins and minerals that you're getting through food, that you're possibly getting through actually taking a vitamin pill to make sure that you have more vitamin C or vitamin D, or whatever that enzyme is that you need, CoQ10, or whether you're getting it through food or through that supplement of that pill. And this is not a weight loss pill so much as this is supplementing the diet that you have with the actual enzyme, vitamin, mineral, etc. The only purpose of that is to make sure that your body gets enough of those vitamins and minerals to work efficiently. And like I said, when you work efficiently, comes full circle, you start losing weight because you don't need to hold on to that weight any longer. So if you worry about the micronutrients, you're now giving your body at a cellular level what it needs to operate, what it needs to do things like take out the trash in your system, in your gut, in your kidneys, your lymphatic system. You're taking out the trash of all the things that are potentially damaging to your body. You're taking out the cells that are not properly formed, otherwise known as cancer cells, when they become, when they become too big or multiply too much and your body can't handle it. They're just abnormal cells. They're just cells that didn't form properly. But with the chemicals that are in your body that get stored up and get in there, and then your free radicals, which can be sugar, can be other, things that are poisonous, is a tough word, but it basically is what it's doing. If you're getting cancer, most times you're getting cancer because you introduced something to your body that poisoned the cells, and it allowed those cells that are deformed or abnormal to proliferate. And so, an overdose of sugar, which, you may not die technically, you may not die and be labeled as it was an overdose of sugar, but if you die from cancer, a lot of times, because cancer cells love to eat on sugar, they feed on sugar. And so if you're eating way too much sugar for what you should be consuming, and you have cancer and you die from cancer, you could trace it back to saying this person died of an overdose of sugar. Diabetics can go into a coma that's induced from their sugar levels and can die from that. So, sugar is definitely a thing you want to make sure you maintain proper levels of in your diet. But if you're eating the micronutrients properly and you're feeding your cells what they need, they're going to operate better. They're going to function better. They're going to be more efficient. And on the flip side of that, you don't have to store extra energy, because now you're using that energy properly. And so you don't have to store that extra stuff. And so your body's going to say, I don't have to hold on to this because you're feeding me the proper nutrients when I need them. Now, when you get to that point and you're efficient and you say, okay, well, now the weight loss should like come off, right? It should like happen automatically. Well, it will happen automatically, but it's not necessarily going to happen fast. So, and you can do things at that point to stoke the fire and make it happen quicker. But the first thing you have to remember is you have to go through the process properly of making sure that you're healthy from the inside out. So you're going to be inside healthy first. And then as you go through, it's going to slowly make the outside look and appear healthy. And you will be healthy. But you're not going to have that healthy look. You're going to be healthy on the inside. Okay? You can be overweight. If you're doing this, you can still be overweight. You can go to the doctor, do blood tests like crazy and everything, and they're going to be like, everything's perfectly normal. I don't know why you have all this extra weight. Well, you have all that extra weight because you stored it in the past. Now that you've changed your ways and you're being healthy, you're going to have all this extra weight. It's not going to just disappear the next day, but it will slowly come off. Okay. And so as it slowly comes off, you can stoke the fire through exercise. The more you start to exercise, the more you're going to be able to burn that fat. Another way you can stoke the fire is by fasting. Once you get to the point where you know the micronutrients that you need and you've got those in your system and you're working efficiently. And so if you fast, it's not going to throw a massive cog in the wheel and everything's going to blow up in your face because all of a sudden you created a ton of cravings and your gut was in dysregulation to begin with. And so now it's like full on mad at you, like a 5-alarm fire going on. So if you get everything going properly first, which FYI can take, depending on where your starting point is, this can take anywhere from 4 weeks to 12 weeks, maybe even longer. So you're looking at a month to 3 months to get this done efficiently, working properly. And then you can either attack it through exercise or you can attack it through fasting. And when you fast, what you would need then is you would know this going into it because you know at this point what your body, your specific body needs from a micronutrient level. So then you fast from food, but you provide those nutrients through vitamins, minerals, enzymes. So you might be taking, those vitamins and minerals once or twice a day to make sure that you have the micronutrients. So as you burn the stored fat, which creates a calorie output, you're burning that stored fat. You're going to burn it faster and faster. And that's how you can start to lose weight through fasting and increase the amount of weight you're losing at that point. And as I've said before in another episode, for men, if you're over 10% body fat, and women, if you're over 15% body fat, you don't have to eat. If your body's working efficiently, you don't have to eat. You've stored the energy you need. You just need to provide yourself the proper minerals and vitamins. And then you just go along your business until you hit that 10% body fat piece. Now, a big thing that you have to weigh in is how much do I fast? How much do I exercise? Can I exercise while I fast? All of those things are pieces of the puzzle that need to be figured out. And it's going to be, mostly it's going to be individualized to you. And so you can't necessarily go off of somebody else's experience. It needs to be individualized to you. And you need to know the warning signs and symptoms. And so that's where somebody like me as a coach can come in and say, oh, no, you're experiencing this. We need to tweak the system. We need to do this. Or, hey, we may not be at the goal, but we need to break the fast now and come off of that and do some other things before we come back to it. Because your body is going to react to any of those situations because it's at homeostasis without with having the fat on board, but your body internally is now at homeostasis and it's working properly and it's working efficiently. And so anything that you do to disrupt that, whether it's a good way or a bad way, is going to cause a reaction. And so based on what that reaction is, there needs to be give and take on the other side to change the plan, to change things as we go through and make sure that you have that weight loss that you're looking for. And so there's no trick to weight loss. Weight loss is simple. And that's what I want you to hear through this. Weight loss is simple. The act of losing weight may not be simple. The act of losing weight may be difficult. It's going to make you go through things in your head. It's going to make you address and confront things from your past. Because there's going to be times when you're going to say, that's not the way I was told. That's not the way I was raised. That's not what so-and-so said. And you're going to have to confront the fact that either they had no idea what they were talking about. They were given wrong information. They were giving you wrong information. Or they were sabotaging. Because a lot of times people sabotage, whether it's weight loss or financial goals or career goals or whatever. A lot of times people we love unintentionally sabotage us because they don't want to see us succeed and do better than them. So if those are the people that are in your circle, you need to make sure that you hold them at a distance, if not remove them from your circle. But the weight loss piece, there's no trick. You don't have to go find the pill that you don't have to go find. It's not like going to find the fountain of youth and like all of a sudden you're going to be able to live forever. There is no trick to it. It is very simple. It is understanding what nutrients your body needs, what your nutrients your cells need, and then being able to get that to an efficient level, all your systems working efficiently. And once that happens, then it's just a matter of how fast do you want to stoke the fire to make that happen. And coming off of that, you have to be prepared that you still have to give your body the nutrients that it needs. You still need to be aware of what you're eating. And you need to be prepared that there's certain things that just are not going to be okay for you to consume anymore. And that's okay. And yes, society may tell you otherwise, but there's certain things that are just because you know what? They should never have been consumed to begin with. Never. There's a lot of preservatives in our food that we should never have introduced to our body, but we've done it. I've done it. And so those things should not be introduced to our body because they cause havoc in our body. Some of them stick around forever and are really hard to get rid of. And they can cause different chronic diseases to show up. So the process is pretty simple. You need to map out the micronutrients you need. In most people, the human body is about 80% the same for everybody. So about 80% of everything we all eat should be the same. The 20% that other variable can be different. Like you may be 100% with your spouse. You may be 80% the same with your spouse. And the other 20%, y'all need to do things differently. It may be 90-10. But there is a variable there in that last 20% that varies among people based on where their background is, where their gut came from, meaning what centuries of growth has gone on in their gut and has been passed down to them. And you're going to eat a certain way based on what your gut bacteria wants from centuries ago and what's good for your gut and what's bad for your gut. And so you've got to be aware that you may not eat the same as your spouse or your kids or your parents. Well, you probably should eat pretty close to your parents, actually. But your spouse or your kids, because your kids are getting some of your gut, but not all of your gut, because they're getting your spouse's gut as well. And your spouse, if you're different cultures completely, different backgrounds completely, then that 20% could be completely different. If you're similar backgrounds, you may be, like I said, 90-10. You could even be 100%. But knowing that going in makes a huge difference in your ability to be successful. So micronutrients, knowing all the vitamins that your body needs. And really it's not that hard. It's vitamin A, vitamin B, all the vitamin Bs. There's a lot of them, and you need all of them. Vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E. You need calcium, magnesium, zinc. You need the enzyme CoQ10. And that's pretty much for everybody. And then on top of that, you may need additional vitamins and minerals based on what you've eaten in the past, based on what your gut is able to process and handle. And once you get all that nailed down and you're working efficiently, then the weight loss is a byproduct of being healthy. And that's the way we should approach it. Weight loss is a byproduct of being healthy. It's not the goal. And if you're going into any kind of healthy change with weight loss being the goal, it's going to be very, very difficult to stick it out. But if you go into it with changing your meals, with healthy eating, with fixing your cells from the inside out as the goal, then it makes it a lot easier. Because if weight loss is just the goal, it's very easy to say, well, I just had this piece of cake today and I'll just exercise harder tomorrow, or I'll cut back tomorrow, because we can always put it into tomorrow. But if you say, if I eat that today, I'm going to feel horrible later because it's not going to help my body be efficient. It's going to change what you eat. It may take a little while to get there, but it's going to change what you eat. If you look at the efficiency of the entire process. So there's no trick to it. There's no secret potion or magic pill. It's just plain and simple understanding what your body needs and providing that, and providing only that, not going overboard with other things, not going overboard with sugar. And some of the things you have to watch the vitamins. A lot of vitamins, especially kids' vitamins, a lot of vitamins will put sugar in it so that it's easier to eat, easier to consume. So you got to be careful, because you a little bit sabotage yourself there with that. If you're consuming too much sugar, yes, the vitamins will help and they'll do things, but the sugar becomes a free radical in your system and can disrupt the healing process that you really want to happen in your gut and in your cells. So there's no trick. Just do the things that your body wants. Not that your mind says that your body wants, not that your taste buds say that your body wants, but those micronutrients that your cells need to operate properly, that's what your body wants. So find foods that are high in those, pretty easy. Foods that are from the earth, both grown above the earth and in the earth, that are of multiple colors and a variety. You want to eat somewhere between 30 and 40 different plant-based products, plant-based sources of foods a week, because that will give you a very wide variety of vitamins and minerals and enzymes. And when you do that, your body's going to thank you. Your body's going to thank you. And that thank you is the byproduct of weight loss and being healthy. It's going to keep you from chronic disease. And it's going to make you feel better. So no trick, plain and simple. But I agree, and I know, and I'm not trying to tell you that it is easy. It can be very difficult. It can be a very difficult change to make, but it's possible. I know it's possible. I have lots of clients that have done it. So it's totally possible, and you can do it. You can get out there and make the change and make yourself healthier. And the time to start is now. Thanks for checking out the All in Health and Wellness Confidence Through Health podcast. Our goal is to use health as a conduit to help you reach your goals in life.
A little lighter than me. I'm about to black out. Her grip is getting tighter on me. I think I like it deep inside. I feel the fire in me. She like the milky, see the cream into the coffee in me. She got soul in her sway.